Every so often, a writer will tell me something like this. I've been working on this lyric for weeks and something about it isn't landing and I can't tell what. Well, I love these messages because almost every time the writer already senses what's wrong, they just don't have the language to put a name on it yet. So today I want to walk you through how I might look at a lyric that isn't quite working. And we'll use a real example that a wonderful writer was kind enough to share with me. And along the way, I'm going to point out the small things that tend to get in the way, even in lyrics with a beautiful idea at the center of them. So pull up a lyric of your own as the title animation drops and something you've been circling, and we'll walk through this one together. You can hold yours up against the same questions I'm asking about the lyric I'm going to work with today. The song that the writer, Anne Marie, wrote is called The Overview Effect. The concept is super cool. It's an astronaut looking down at the Earth and realizing how connected we all are. It's big, it's soaring, it's important. Let's look at the first verse. Here's how it goes. I am an astronaut sharing with you what I've learned and witnessed from this overview. Gazing out my window, my eyes filled with tears at our bright, glowing bulb of light, a vivid, vibrant blue. All right, there's a lot to like here. I am an astronaut sharing with you. It's a pretty intriguing opening. We know exactly who's talking and where they are, so it doesn't leave me wondering what's going on. It just kind of hooks me. So I like that first line. But I really notice the rhyme between you and overview, right? Technically, that's a perfect rhyme. But it doesn't quite feel believable to me because overview maybe isn't a word that an astronaut would naturally reach for in that moment. So whenever a rhyme feels forced into place to land the sound, the listener can feel that, and you can too, before they can name it. So the job here is to recognize, what are my rhyme options? If not overview, what else can I rhyme with that is a more believable word that's sort of in the key of this astronaut situation? We can also expand beyond perfect rhyme into near rhymes like move that will help us to grab some different content that inspires us but feels connected to where we're going with the song. Now let's look at the fourth line. Our bright, glowing bulb of light, a vivid, vibrant blue. This line is really full. In fact, it might even be overstuffed. Bright, glowing, vivid, vibrant. 4 adjectives that are all kind of doing the same job. When a line is really full like this, the listener tends to not really hold on to any single word, but sort of becomes overwhelmed with the amount of information. And this is where leaning down the line can be a better choice, both to make the melody more distinctive and the lyric more powerful as it says concisely what it means. Now, here's where we get to the heart of all of this. The reason this song lyric feels elusive to the writer herself, the deepest reason, is what's happening between the concept itself, the problem, and the solution that she is proposing. Let me show you what happens next in the lyric. She says, this is not a theory, but a basic must. We need to work together. To this we must entrust. So maintain your courage. Keep doing what you know is right, for this is our true calling, to usher in the age of light. All right. So here's the principle, and it's true for every song that's trying to convince a listener of something. The solution that we give to the listener can never feel simpler than the problem we've set up. The problem in this song is enormous. It's basically saying there's this disconnect. There's war. There's the fact that we don't see ourselves as one. That's a problem planetary size. So the two don't really match in weight. And the listener can feel that imbalance instantly, even if they can't articulate it. And you, as the writer, know it too, which is why you have these feelings that the song has not focused, kind of found its solid footing. Now, there's a related issue happening here too. The lyric assumes that we already agree with it. It tells us how to feel, what to do, what our calling is. But here's the thing. We songwriters know that we don't earn the right to tell a listener anything until we've first shown them the extent of the problem and made them feel that clearly. Then we can offer them a solution that matches the weight of the problem. So we lecture our listener if we don't outline the problem and make them feel how important it is. Only then can we provide them with the solution. And that goes for relationship songs. Pick any theme. So when I look at a lyric that isn't quite landing, I'm asking 3 things. Are the rhymes believable? In other words, is the content saying what it means to say or skirting what it means to say in order to rhyme? The listener can hear the difference. Are the lines carrying the right amount of weight, or are they overstuffed? Can I say more with less? And does the solution honor the size of the problem? Or is it asking the listener to accept an answer that's too easy? That last one is the deepest, because a song that promises something that it can't deliver leaves the listener feeling lectured to instead of truly emotionally moved. And a song that sits inside the difficulty, even briefly, earns its way into the light. So if you're working on a lyric that's been elusive, the kind that's just almost there but not quite, and you can feel it, I'd love to hear how these 3 techniques are helping you to focus your song and cut to the heart of what really matters to you to say. If you want more tools and techniques and community like this for your own songwriting path, check out my songwriting retreats. I've got the link in the description below. I hope to see you there.